Good morning, afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me live here. Let's get started. Octavian is first on the board. Thank you so much for joining me. Welcome, 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 everyone. Hope it's a good time of day. The unbelievable Alex, how are you? Thank you for all your help. Let's go live and join. Get me some questions in here. We're going to go live today. Toot, how are you? Hey, brother. Justin, thanks for joining me. How's the framework look, everyone? Let's go ahead. We'll start with joining somebody live real quick, and then we'll go from there. Amanda, welcome. Here we go. Thank you. How's life been? It is amazing. It's an amazing life, right? And I'm just been blessed to be in the position to help so many people the best that I can. And I'm trying to get back to everyone as quick as I can. Evan Carmichael, where have you been? Why don't you want to go live with me, man? The great Evan Carmichael, the YouTube master. Such a good guy. That's all I got to say. And that's the biggest compliment I can give you. Trying to connect here. Let's see how my connectivity. You have to switch. It's not connecting fast enough. Let's see. If you're liquid, what would you invest in? I would find a mentor, find something that's oversold and buy it. That's what I would invest in. So whatever industry you're most comfortable in, have the most knowledge and skills at, go ahead and find someone that's a mentor. Ask them when it's oversold and go buy. Let me try to go live again here. Working on this here. Whoops. Uh-oh. I don't know. Got a connectivity problem. Anyways, let's keep answering questions. Add questions in here as well. My white shirt makes it hard to read. Here we go. Give me more questions, everyone, please. Matt, good to see you. How do you not procrastinate during these times stuck at home? First of all, you're not stuck at home, right? You're not stuck at home. You are at home, but you're not stuck here. You are allowed, believe it or not, to go on walks as long as you don't touch anything or see anyone. You are allowed to exercise. You are allowed to do all types of things. But if you feel like you're stuck, you already have the wrong mindset. So have an adaptable routine. Go ahead, take inventory of your values every morning, your personal, experiential, giving and receiving values. Go ahead and assess the behavior and activities that you want to have, that you want to plan, and then go ahead and study those with attention, intention, create the coincidences in the day you want, and then study the free space of your calendar, the white space of your calendar, the empty space in your calendar. Study that according to the values that you have, personal, experiential, giving, and receiving. See who you can be of service of, how you can provide value to others, how they can provide value to you. And then study sleep. Give a little bit of time to making sure that you're in the good recovery mode, that you're creating the necessary like so. Thank you. Um, Joseph, well to be, but nobody is stuck. We're gonna have Moaz coming on. I know that in a little bit. How do you identify your values and who you truly? Every day I'm a hypocrite, so every day what I do is reassess my values. Here's what's happening right now. It's uncertain times that are compressed. So the future is always uncertain. Uncertainty creates anxiety and fear. And what happens is when things change dramatically by the hour or day, that compresses the uncertainty. So it feels more present than it normally does. That creates more fear, more ego-based consciousness, more interference and corrosion to the light that we're always connected to, that makes us feel stuck or alone or separate, inferior, superior, anxious, frustrated, angry, all of these different feelings that you may feel here. Let's go ahead and try to see. We'll go ahead and join Moaz. My phone is not letting me join. I don't know what's going on. Get this going in a little better way. All right. Trying to get better connectivity. See what we got going on in the closet. It's not letting me join. One of Instagram's full. Anybody on my team help me out because it is not allowing me to join anybody. And it seems like I'm connected. So I'm right next to my server. Help me out. You can see I'm in my closet studio. Moez, I apologize. I'm trying to join you there. And we keep on getting more and more people that want to join. So I don't know what I can do to help here. Are we connected? Let me know. Are we still moving and grooving? I see you got 8 people waiting to join and will not let me. Trying to get there. Sorry, everyone. We're there. I'll answer some questions as I try to get in. Can you send me tag me in the watch story video? I never found it. Can someone, Jake, somebody go ahead and post that for everybody right now? Connection could be too poor. Connect to the hotspot. All right. Hold on 1 second. All right. There we go. Switching to the other side. This is so much fun. I apologize, everyone. So what happens when you're all by yourself, working from home? I'm losing everybody. Will not let me join. I'm on a different network. So let me just take some connections here, some questions as we go. Yes, things are still going. Thank you for everything you do and all the content you provide. What's your viewpoint on daily journaling? I love it. I practice it myself. I practice everything is a practice to me, so I'm doing my best to realize that. Moez, my man, how are you? I apologize. We may have to reschedule on this one because it will not allow me to connect. Um, I do my best, but if you take the perspective that everything is a practice, then you're going to understand how that works and how we improve on it. If you think you can get changes in a day, they're just not going to happen, right? Everything to me, I practice ending fear. I practice being a student in my calendar. I practice doing things now. I practice asking for help. I practice asking how I can be of service. Everything to me is a practice, knowing how the conscious, subconscious, and unconscious continuum works. Moez, what can I do to get a call with you for a potential mentorship? Dave, you got that, Wesley. Go ahead, reach out. I'll make an introduction. Let me see if it'll allow me to go. No, still will not allow me to go. Um, anyways, let me see if I can get a question in. Maybe there we go. Let's see here. Best way to learn to love uncertainty, starting to like it. That's a great question. So I believe we can learn to love anything, and it's a practice to learn to love it. The way that we learn to love things is to find the light, the love, and the lesson in them. So uncertainty, for example, find the light, the love, and the lesson in uncertainty. Uncertainty provides adrenaline. It provides excitement. You can look at not knowing as either providing anxious or frustration or fear, or you can look at it as providing, this, excitement and emotional, adrenaline or something that you could take advantage of. But it is a practice. It's the biggest practice in my life is to stop the interference corrosion created by me. I know that we're all connected to the greatest source of light, love, and lessons. I know that that light, love, and lessons is supposed to come through us with appreciation, meaning we're supposed to add value to it and then clear the corrosion or interference that either we give or others give to the connection that we have between us and them. That's the mathematical equation. And the inputs that we use could be conscious, meaning our senses, what we touch, feel, smell, see, etc., which are completely inaccurate, by the way, or our memories, which also are completely inaccurate. And then we juxtapose that within the subconscious mind and the unconscious, which hosts, our biggest fears, our ego-based consciousness that exists only in the subconscious, and the unconscious competencies that we have that we've inherited, what we're afraid of from either 4 generations or even past lives before that. So, looking at that, I'm going to try to connect one more time here. You know, we want to understand how that works. People fear difference and change. Yes, I always love to say the only person I know that likes change is a wet baby. Take that one to the bank. I'm 25. I just started voiceover work, and now my friends want me to help them get into it. Should I help them? Absolutely. Elevate others to elevate yourself. There's enough of everything for everyone. Don't be scarce. Trust me, not everyone in the world wants your voiceover. And everyone's going to appreciate you by helping other people get voiceover work, whether it's the people that are hiring or your people that you're helping. Do not be scarce. Look, don't slow things down with interference like scarcity. There's enough of everything for everyone. Speed it up. Get in its way. Okay, that's exactly what we want to do. And money especially. Speed it up. Find opportunities to make money, to help people, to give money. Keep it moving. That's what helps the most. So make sure you're doing that. Please elevate others to elevate yourself. You will love it. Do not be scarce. Are there any good patent lawyers that you could recommend? Thank you for your time. Absolutely not a problem. Go ahead, reach out to me. My email is david@dmeltzer.com. My text messages, which I'm catching up on, by the way, 949-298-2905. Please, I answer everything myself, so be patient. Some of you haters and frustrators out there are like, oh, dude, you're full of shit. You're not. No, actually, I'm not, because I'm answering it myself. So just be patient. I will get to you. There is as much as I can do to help. I'm doing my best. Please be patient. And yes, I am a hypocrite, by the way. I'm doing my best. Can you expand on daily journaling? What is your process? So for me, my daily journaling is at the beginning of the day. After I meditate, I take notes on the awareness that I have increased or accelerated during my meditation. So those are the highest frequency, the baseline for the day that I journal. And I then balance those with an inventory of my personal experiential giving and receiving values. I do that while I get ready to go and spend a minimum of an hour a day on my health. And get that done as well. So I'm starting at the peak, at the highest frequency. That's my baseline, and really, really appreciate it. That's how I journal, and you can journal anything. Sorry, it keeps on switching. You see, I'm in the closet. I was joking around. Dave Meltzer's now entered the closet. How do you practice training your subconscious mind? Oh, great question. All right, I like this question. Not that I didn't like the rest, but I really like this one. So the subconscious mind is trained or practiced by how much you access it and what you access in it. In my understanding is we have about 40,000 of the same thoughts that exist in the subconscious mind. In order for it to effectuate our personality traits, characteristics, obsessions, and addictions, we need to access it frequently or practice accessing it. The things that we access most in our subconscious will manifest themselves and materialize themselves through the quantum nature we have. And the quantum nature we have, the mathematical nature we have, is our DNA. And that's what materializes our true being into personality traits, characteristics, obsessions, and addictions. That's what creates the frequency or the energy that we put out as a beacon. And that energy has three components: a strong signal, a spectrum of width of how many people can actually tune into our channels, and then finally the clarity of what we're saying. It's not what I say, it's what you hear. And so, that's the component. If you want to practice your subconscious, practice accessing the things you want in your subconscious, and that's what you're going to start practicing and materializing. Hey, Dan McGinnis, how are you? Good to see you there. Moez, I'm still trying to get you, man. Maybe we can interact. You can send me a question or something, and we could reschedule for tomorrow, or do it later today. 4:30. Maybe you and I can jump back on today when someone more intelligent than I can figure out why I'm not connected. Cannot. Aside from yourself, who motivates you? So motivation is interesting for me because motivation is temporary. So there's a lot of things that will motivate me. I can watch a movie like Rocky or Rudy. That motivates me. But what I try to do is look at inspiration. So what is it that clears the connection or the interference that I have to that which inspires me? Inspiration is permanent because I'm connected at all times to this. Sometimes, if I don't feel like my connection is clear enough, I use motivation in order to recenter, go back to center, or to help motivate me to clear that connection. And I use, you know, Wayne Dyer, I use Course in Miracles, I use Think and Grow Rich, I use different movies that I love, Greatest Showman, Rudy, Rocky, all of those things motivate me to reset my perspective so I can clear that connection. Um, and, but do remember that motivation versus inspiration. Motivation is something that can clear that interference or corrosion you have to what you truly want is to wake up and to be inspired, to have the clearest connection in the truth-based consciousness, to suck in as much of the light and love and lessons that you can, because that's what we're connected to: light, love, and lessons. And that's what we seek in everything and everyone that we meet. If you seek that and find it, you are going to be able to stay in spirit or inspired. I caught it. You should check that out. Not bad. So we got that pop thing on the back slipping off. Anyway, hey, Chris Smith, how are you? Good to see you. We got Athletes Network. Chris, feel free to reach out, man. I'd be happy to help you. You got to motivate your team by staying connected to them and remembering two things: culture and cash, right? We motivate our teams by culture and we motivate them with cash, meaning, hey, you're getting paid. That's the biggest motivator right now. Two, culture, right? Allowing them to be and understand gratitude, forgiveness, accountability, and inspiration, that connection that we always talk about. So, Chris, great to see you on here, my friend. What a great company, Athletes Network. Um, Main TikTok, Sajak Kapon. All right, cool. I have no idea what that means. Maybe I'm old or disconnected. How can you have a more mature attitude? Great question there. How do we have a more mature attitude? Three things that we need to mature your attitude. One, skills. Maturing your attitude is developing skills. And two is acquiring knowledge. So acquire as much knowledge, surround yourself with the right people and the right ideas. If you can acquire knowledge, you can mature that attitude, as you likely to say. And then practice ending fear, practice inspiration, practice clearing the interference that we talked about again and again and again. How do you deal with being misunderstood, especially when you care about that person's opinion? I still let it get to me personally when it happens. You got to stop voting for what other people want from you and for you. Gosh, I wasted so much of my life trying to please others, and it's not going to happen. I cannot, I will take your advice. I will take it as part of my consideration process as simple, stable data, but I will not vote for what you want. I would rather you hate me for who I am than love me for who I'm not. I used to want everyone to love me. And we all know, man, if someone's desperate for your love and appreciation and all the things, you're not going to even like them. But what we're attracted to is people that vibrate equal to or less than us. We're literally attracted to the same frequency. And so I want to know my frequency, my strength of my signal, my spectrum, the clarity of my message. So I'm attracting out of, for example, on Instagram, the 4.2 billion people on here, I'm attracting those people that are most interested in what we're talking about. And there's some people that just aren't going to get me or like me, and that's okay, even if I want them to. As bad as I want them to, I can't make somebody like me. And the more I try to make someone like me, the less they're going to like me. It's so interesting how when I wanted everyone to love me, nobody did. And when I want no one to love me, only those who love me for who I am, more people than ever do. It's the definite equation of life. Still not able to allow anyone to join. So interesting. You can see my finger hitting that. We're getting questions though, so that's the nice part about it. Tons of questions in here. We'll just keep going down those because they're really helpful. How do you get yourself to be the best version of yourself? This is an easy question. Enjoy. Write this down, everyone. Enjoy the consistent, everyday, persistent, without quit pursuit of your truth, your best version of yourself, your potential. Enjoy the consistent, persistent pursuit of your best version of yourself. That's how you get to be there. Practice every day. 2 minutes a day is worth more than 2 hours on a weekend. Trust me, every day, enjoy the consistent, persistent pursuit of your potential, and you will get there. I love, love, love that question. I love easy ones. That's why. Um, how do you stop overthinking? Well, in compressed times of uncertainty, it's even more difficult to stop overthinking. So what I like to do is spend my time uh, with thinking about my values, because if I can determine and get clarity within my personal experiential and giving and receiving values, I can make those decisions much quicker because I've already determined on which I base my decisions on, which are my values. The reason people overthink is they're not really sure on their values. If you know this is my personal values for the day, this is the prioritization of those values, here's the experiential values I have today, this is what I want out of the day, here's my giving values, this is what I'm determined to provide value, and then here's my receiving values, you'll never get caught in overanalyzing things because you're very set and aligned with those values, and you can go ahead and move on. How do you avoid temptation or falling back into negative habits? Joey, man, this is how you do it. You practice. You practice getting back to center. In order to practice getting back to center, you got to find your center. What does that mean, find your center? That means in the morning, when you first wake up, you only are allowed to have one action, because everything after that action is a reaction. And so once we find that first action, you want that first action to be at your highest frequency. So you have a baseline for the day. And then you know, as if you're off of that baseline or your highest frequency, what and how you can get back to that higher frequency before you accelerate in the wrong trajectory. You accelerate into ego-based consciousness, when we're mad or frustrated or anxious or sad or guilty or offended or resentful. All of these different things, they accelerate us. And guess which direction? The wrong direction. So what we want to do is find that higher self, that highest frequency. I do it through meditation, but you don't have to meditate. You can just sit there and you breathe. You can walk your dog. You can go swimming. You can, lift weights, whatever you like. You can sit there with a cup of coffee and read something positive. You can write poetry, but find your highest frequency at the beginning of the day. Make your first action the highest action, and then everything else is a reaction, and train and practice those reaction is to get back to center before you move in the wrong trajectory or accelerate in the wrong trajectory. That's awesome. Someone says I have 3,000. What should I do to maximize it? Look, it depends, number one, on your values too. If you're looking to invest it or stabilize, right? So if you're looking to stabilize it, I would say save it and spend as little as you can on what you need to survive. If you're looking to invest it, then go find a mentor that has deep experience in the space and go ahead and find when something is oversold. One of the things that you can do is get things that are pre-sold and go ahead and pre-sell things. So go online, find something that's being offered at a certain price, go find a buyer, pre-sell it, and create a margin. Those are very safe ways to make money as well. Just simple little things that I've learned over the years. Gosh, I wish I could have joined Moez. Hopefully maybe today at 4:15 we can do it. I apologize to my main man. That guy's a genius, an effing genius, Moez. Who has been the most impactful mentor in your life and why? My mom, because she is my mentor for my family. She's my mentor how to be a better person. She's my mentor to be a better son, a better husband, a better father. And that's the most impactful thing in my life, to be a better person. She's the one that taught me gratitude, forgiveness, accountability, and inspiration, even when we didn't have anything. She was the one that inspired me. She also assisted, along with my wife, in saving me and recreating and retransforming my values to provide value to others, to shift the paradigm of value, to make room for what I wanted by doing good and doing good deeds and providing value to others. So most impactful mentor in my life is my mom. Otherwise, some other mentors: Napoleon Hill, Wayne Dyer, Blaine Bartlett, Cynthia Kersey, Bob Proctor, Jack Canfield, David Corbin, just to name a few. All these different people are incredible mentors of mine. Warren Moon, just for different reasons, right? Everyone should have at least 3 mentors, people that sit in the situation that they want to be in. No better time to find a mentor than now. So find those people that sit in a situation that you want to be in. Gary Vaynerchuk, one of the best mentors I've had for this space. I wouldn't be on Instagram Live. I wouldn't have an Instagram, but for the G-Man, and I hope he's doing well there in New York. Him and AJ staying healthy. You guys have changed my life. Both of you, I am so grateful. Shout out to D-Rock as well. You're always helping critique my videos, so I appreciate it. We don't know what we're doing, but we're trying our best, my friend. Thank you so much. I have a problem with my, oh, nice. Get a pill. Oh, I love people. Get very good humor, by the way. I'm fine with that. I'm not offended. I have no need to be offended. It's an interesting question right there. Anyway, let's me move on. Colleen from my office, like, Dave, don't touch that question. Oh my gosh, I know. It's a different world I live in. I asked that is end of the world is near. I asked the end of the world is near. If I knew that, I live each day like the end of the world is near. Every single day, I act as if it's my last, but I learn as if I'm going to live lifetimes. Okay, figure that out. I act as if today is my last day, but I learn as if I'm going to live lifetimes. It's a different philosophy. Give it a thought. If you have any questions about that, let me know. What's your favorite memory or moment in sports over the last decade? The last decade? Wow. Well, consider a Padres and Chargers fan. There's so many limited that I could think about. That's a good question. I really like the uh, Brady comeback. I know people are going to hate me for that, but man, I love Arthur Blank. I thought for sure, but it just epitomizes a winner, man. The guy, consistent, persistent pursuit of his potential. And in that game, to come back and win that Super Bowl, that was one of the great moments in the last decade that I've seen. But there's been many. I just can't think of too many right now because I'm a Padre and Charger fan, and we know that those are limited. uh, Tips on self-motivation: live by your values and practice each day, clearing the connection to that which inspires you. Find someone and something that juices you, and there's certain people on the internet that'll get you going, and then there's certain people that will get you there. I try to do both, but I'd rather be the guy to get you there than the guy to get you going, because I'm the guy who wants to keep you inspired. I can be motivating, but I'd much rather be inspirational. How do you define our values? How to process? Um, Defining the values I do categorically by personal experiential giving and receiving. How do I process? I don't process, I practice. And I think that's apparent in what we're talking about today. So these are really good. Advice to owner from business about their business so can keep sustainable. Two things to think about as a business owner right now. One is the stability, and two is the growth or the opportunity. And you can't have growth or opportunity if you're not stable. So some businesses, maybe I can get Jeff Fenster from Everbull on here to talk about brick and mortar businesses and what we have to do to sit on the sidelines so that we will be in business when people can start coming into our stores. Obviously, that's different than my business, for example, or other businesses that don't have huge offices and overhead and employees and systems and bureaucracy and meetings to have meetings and products being shipped and developed and all the different things that may create or need huge gatherings. But it is an opportunity, and it's an opportunity to do things better. I have learned so much while I've been home here in the closet to figure out how I can do things better. And I'm looking at the culture and the cash, culture and cash in my business, and determining upon what independent and dependent variables you have in your business. You too should be examining every day the culture that you have and the cash that you have, need, and want in order to effectuate one, stability, and two, opportunity. All right, let's see here. Of course, now we'll take one more question. We got so many. Um, so let's see here. Any morning routine tips? Yes. So you, if you have a routine that you're going to set, then live by that and start at your highest frequency. Let me go through my morning routine. Is number one to meditate or find my highest frequency. You can use whatever methodology you want to use for that. Um, so go ahead and find your highest frequency first. I do that for 20 minutes, and then I get ready to exercise, to work on my health for a minimum of an hour. And then I spend family time, and then I'm a student of my calendar, and then I do research, and then I go ahead and effectuate what I have planned for the day, the white space or free time in my calendar, which is squeezing ever so tight, by the way, ever so tight now. The white space has almost disappeared. It's like an eclipse of my calendar. So if I'm not getting back to people in my normal, efficient, and expedient manner, please, I thank you for your patience. One thing I learned over the years, don't say sorry, just say thank you for your patience. Don't say sorry, I'm late, sorry, I can't get back to you. Just thank you for your patience. Much more positive energy to that. But meanwhile, the morning routine is essential. It's effectuated by the day before, though, for me, because I have to study sleep. And that's the third thing that I study, so that I am living today to make sure that I wake up at 4 a.m. tomorrow. And that's how I do it. So I am out of energy at the end of the day. I have a run down routine, meaning I ease down, at the last 45 minutes a day, making sure that I don't have any accelerants, like caffeine or exercise or anger or negative energy from the TV or the computer. I simply wind down and then, have one-on-one time with the most important people in my life, and I pass out on them. Hopefully, right at 11 o'clock. I actually passed out exactly at 11 o'clock last night, which is a rarity. Usually it's before then, but I'm trying to make it to 11. But sleep is essential. I actually have time for one more question. I'm going to go to 11:30 here. Let's see here. I hope this is helpful. Make sure you reach out to me and let me know what you want to know. My email's david@dmeltzer.com. My text message is 949-298-2905. Go ahead, reach out to me. Either way, those do get to me personally. I don't have a team looking at that. So thank you for your patience in advance. David, what strategy do you recommend to put a business plan together? Here's the strategy. This is a fun question to end with. Um, I have a 5-prong strategy that I use for business plans. The first thing is credibility. Most people ignore credibility. To me, credibility is the most important thing throughout the business plan, because the closest you can get to 100% credible, everything else you say will be effectuated upon getting the money that you're looking for. So always read through. Do not jeopardize it with overselling, back end selling, lying, manipulating, or cheating. All right. So make sure you effectuate that with credibility. 2, emotional attachment. Make sure, people buy on emotion for logical reason. Make sure that you are emotionally connecting to the person looking at the business plan. Find out what they like, don't like. Make sure you've done and been more interested than interesting. 3, the quantifying side of it. The math of it is to end with an equation of, can you see any reason you wouldn't want to invest in this? So 1, quantify the reasons they should do it, quantify the impact that it's going to have, and then quantify the capabilities. The next is impact. More than ever, people want to see how your business will impact the world, your country, your state, your community. And then finally, you can discuss the features and benefits that are distinctive or different. Make yourself equal, then make yourself better. That's right. You heard it here. Make yourself equal, then make yourself better. We don't ever put negative energy into anyone else. All we do is make ourselves equal and make ourselves better. So if you can put those 5 strategies in place in a business plan: 1, credibility; 2, emotional attachment; 3, quantifying the reasons, impacts, and capabilities; 4, make sure you discuss the impact and illustrate it; and 5, talk about the features and benefits of how you make yourself equal, then make yourself better. Then you can come to the logical conclusion: can you see any reason you wouldn't want to invest? Well, that's about it. I apologize to Moaz, my boy. We will get back on hopefully at 4:15 or something this afternoon. Please join me tomorrow live again, 8 a.m. We got training, a free training for everyone. On Friday, we're going to do a full training, so we should have fun. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for your questions. Remember, this is just a compressed time of uncertainty. There's always uncertainty in the future. Go ahead, remind yourself, take inventory of your values. Most importantly, be kind to your future self and do good deeds. This is Uncle David and doing his best here from in the closet. Have a wonderful day. See you later.